In today's world, sustainability is really important. What began as an idea has evolved through cross-border collaboration into a fully functional ESG tool.
It's designed to cut down the time because this whole exercise that the European Union has organized for the European companies, it requires a lot of time and a lot of resources. So what we've done with the ESG tool design is that it cuts down double materiality assessment time from months to weeks or even days, depending on the size of the company.
Piloting companies highlighted the structural approach of the tool, its intuitive interface and supporting materials that comes in the fifth stage of the tool. Professional PDF outputs and metrics-based summaries which prove to be useful. Also, the tool gives a sense of security and compliance with ESG standards.
Speaking about outcomes, I think we can highlight the three most important elements. The most tangible element of the outcomes is obviously the tool, the platform that you can now go online and click and have a look and see what is the tangible result. But behind this tangible result, what we have is the partnership. So the fact how we engage not only our immediate partners, so the partners in our consortium, but also all the companies that piloted with us, all the other supporting partners who help us to first understand what's the need, and then start developing it and then implement that. And the third most important outcome is, of course, the journey.
A journey that united 8 partners from 4 countries through 36 months of collaboration. Together, they worked to refine and develop the practical solution for sustainable business.
The whole goal of the tool is to show that before you start reporting on sustainability, you actually have to understand how to be more sustainable. And as it's a fairly new topic, when the standards came out, lots of companies were quite worried about the reporting, and so we decided to give a helping hand and create something that would make it easier for them to understand what sustainability is.
I think that the biggest challenge that the companies had was the unclarity about legislation, because it kept changing so much and it was very unclear for a long time what was actually required from the companies. And what we managed to do with the ESG tool is that we've simplified terminology and this step-by-step process that was given by the European Commission through the legislation.
Well, many companies faced uncertainty about where to start their sustainability journey, how to navigate the complexity of requirements.
So initially our project was designed to help companies answer specific needs, so to comply with the ESRD standards. But throughout the implementation of the project, the standards changed. Right now it's a very open question. We saw this as a problem, but what we realized with time is that we don't want companies to be only compliant. So our tool is not there only for companies to do the dirty job because they need to comply with something. So essentially what we want from the companies is to voluntarily engage and use our tool in order to reflect on their actions and on the impact, instead of being forced to do it externally.
Companies often see the sustainability as a burden and something extremely uncomfortable that they have to report on, something they have to change. But it's also very important to keep in mind that not being sustainable is a huge expense. Because if you pollute more, you probably use more energy, you use more water, you use more land, and it's expensive. So if you evaluate your own practices in terms of sustainability, it really helps you also to cut costs.
We are working with this all together. So the environment and sustainability isn't the work of us individuals, but you need to look at this as all of us, a community and collective. So the more collectives come together and work with the question of sustainability and our responsibility toward social questions and environmental questions, the most important, because if you work as an individual, you're not going to achieve lots of goals.
My advice to the companies who have not yet tried the ESG tool is just give it a go, play with it. I hope that this tool would sort of become the new baseline for corporate sustainability tools and how we view the double materiality assessment digitally. And of course, for the smaller companies who are just starting, this is a great way to start. It's free, it's available, it's accessible. It could help your company not only to validate your double materiality assessment results, but to educate your employees.
The most important thing to keep in mind is that reporting is just the tip of the iceberg. It's very important to start small and to take the first step. and to encourage your clients or people in your company or in your field to start thinking about it and go step by step.
And also, if you're just starting out, this is a great starting point for your sustainability journey. Just give it a go and play with it. We designed it for you.
Let's shape a more transparent, responsible, and future-ready business landscape together.